we kick off EPW with Evan Poland coming down to the ring to deliver a message. Where do I begin? There's a lot of places I could. I could talk about wanting to get back into an EPW ring after getting my spine messed up by Bullet Holland. Or I could talk about how I cost Bullet Holland the European Championship. You see, I'm not a vindictive guy, nor am I usually the guy that goes out of my way to get revenge. But when you go out of your way to go after me, just because you and your little buddy have issues with my brother, then consider it personal. So what I want to know, more than anything, is Bullet, what are you gonna do about it? You absolute fool. I can't tell if you're stupid or if you have balls standing there and calling out Bullet after what you did. You cost him more than just a match. You cost him gold. And you'll pay the price for that. Trust me. Alright then, let's cut to the chase. You're clearly out here to throw out a challenge, so throw it out. Surprisingly smart observation from a Poland. You're correct. I have a challenge on behalf of Bullet, but I don't know if this is something you'll want to accept. Tell me. Jeez, you're keen? Let's see if that remains the case after I reveal all. Bullet wants your head. And Ace gave us the green light to do so. So if you want to step to Bullet, you best bring some street gear. Because it'd be you versus Bullet in a street fight. A street fight. You think a street fight is going to scare me off? I accept. Because I will walk into the lion's den and cut its head off. I will defeat Bullet and end this once and for all. Well, it's your funeral, kid. Oh, and before I go, I thought I'd give you a gift for doing good business. Turn around, Evan. Randall Starr is here, and he's ambushing Evan, doing the bidding of Alex Blade, and sending a message on behalf of Bullet Holland. Arlo Newman looks to keep his hopes of getting a shot at the European Championship alive as he takes on Damian Mercury. This match was a battle of hearts, as both men gave it their absolute all to try and pick up the win. Damian hit the precious metal stunner, but couldn't put the match away. And in the end, it was Damian's desperation that allowed Arlo to dig deep and walk away with the win. Good work out there, kid. Thanks. Whilst you're here, I have to ask, why did you appear on the stage after my match with Joseph? It's simple. I see potential in you, and honestly, I see you as the next European champion. But you're looking to take on a guy I've helped out a lot since I've been in EPW, and Jeff Riley. So I have to truly see if you're on his level. And how are you going to do that? That's simple too. You face someone next episode. If you beat them, I'll face you on the Go Home show. You know what? Fair enough. I look forward to it. As do I. Now, if you'll excuse me, you might want to stay by this monitor. It's time to show the world what I've learnt since I last wrestled. It's the in-ring debut of Gabriel Benton as he takes on up-and-comer Genji Oto. Early on, it was clear to see that ring rust was setting in for Gabriel as Genji was able to out-wrestle and out-maneuver Gabriel. But as the match went on, Gabriel got quicker, figured out more counters, and was finding his groove. Gabriel hit the big boot and walked away with the win. You know, seeing as Marie is currently enjoying her tainted spot in the Women's Championship match, I don't have anyone to beat up. So, I'm going to come down to that ring and host an open challenge. Tia Duke came down to the ring, but who was going to answer the open challenge? It's Sky Simmons, finally making her EPW debut. This match was a chance for Tia to show what she was made of. She took the fight to Sky, wearing her down, but Sky had more experience and was able to work her way out of holds, hitting big strikes, big moves, but Tia refused to stay down. But in the end, Sky was able to defeat Tia with a vicious stomp. After the match, Sky threw out the challenge. Eve, your time is running out. You can only duck me for so long. Because me and Skylar have been talking and we agreed on something. By design, it will be me versus you, with the winner getting a shot at the Women's World Championship. But before Sky could finish what she was saying, Eve Preston showed up and jumped her, laying her out with a vicious DDT on the stage. You talk a lot for someone who was so easy to ambush. I'm going to enjoy beating you by design and cementing my legacy as the greatest women's wrestler of all time. But you know what? Allow me to share the wealth. Eileen, come out here and do some damage. Eileen Beck walked onto the stage and approached Sky, but instead of doing anything, she just walked away, leaving Eve confused and angry. Eileen, why did you decide to leave Sky alone? I think I'm starting to figure it out. What the hell was that? Eve gave you the perfect chance to guarantee the Chosen Ones an advantage heading into by design, and you choose to do nothing? Exactly. Eve can handle herself. I brought you into this group so that both you and Eve could succeed. But this behavior doesn't seem like a team player to me. I'd look in a mirror before you say that to me. Look in a mirror? How dare you? Alright? Let me compose myself. Look, Eileen, there's a lot riding on stopping Sky from getting to the Women's World Championship and getting the belt from Cyrell. There is, I get that. But why does it have to be Eve that gets it done? It doesn't. It's just that Sky and Eve are butting heads. Look, if it helps calm the situation down, we're doing a Battle Royal next episode. The winner gets a CEW Network Championship match. I can pull strings and get you into that match. Getting another shot at Christine? I'm all for that. We then go to the second match in the best of 5 series as Marshall Henry takes on Danny Wells. This match was a lot more aggressive than the first encounter, with Danny looking determined to even the score. But Marshall knew this and tried to use his determination to put the match away quickly. Marshall tried going for a superplex, but Danny countered and immediately locked in the shield breaker, giving Danny the win and evening the score. I bet no one was expecting that. And neither was I. That was until I got the call from Alex Blade. He told me that it was time for the world to know what I was capable of, and EPW seems like the place to do that right now. But don't get it twisted. You're probably expecting me to call Evan out to a match or something. Look, I have standards. I'm not fighting a chump. I'll be fighting top-level talent. Top-level talent, you say? Well, if that's the case, then look no further. I'm looking to get some reps in. You're like someone who I could destroy. Be careful what you wish for, Braveheart. We'll see if you keep that energy when I beat you. Then, in our penultimate match of the night, we get an 8-man tag as True Talent and American Strong Style team up against WCD and The Standard. This was a war, with both groups working well. WCD and The Standard looked to isolate Joseph Soto throughout this match. Chase Collins almost got the win over Ken Smith, but that is when chaos ensued. True Talent and The Standard started brawling into the crowd, which allowed WCD to capitalize, hit the world beater on Evan Wilder, and walk away with the win. Look, it's obvious to everyone that Ace and Eve are using you. They're holding you down in order to lower the amount of threats to their plan. And now, they're trying to appease you with a battle royal. I get what you mean, but the battle royal's fine. I get a chance to call myself CEW Network Champion. Nothing wrong with that. I never said there was. But in a perfect world, I'd be fighting you at By Design, not Ace's Golden Girl. How about this? I get these cameras out of here, and then we can really talk. Asuka, where are you? Don't hide from me. In our main event, the leaders collide as Dr. Victor Psychosis and Zach Burke battle it out to determine who gets the stipulation pick for the all-out war. This was a brawl, with both men wanting the advantage. Psychosis gained the early advantage, but during this match something weird happened. Psychosis made Zach bleed, but Zach began laughing about it and then started battering the Doctor, hitting strikes, slams, holds. It was as if the blood triggered something in Zach. But Psychosis stayed alive, went for a stomp, but Zach countered, hit the running headbutt, and walked away with the win. And with the win comes the declaration of the stipulation. Wasn't that wonderful? And now you all sit in anticipation and wonder, what does the Valley have in store for the all-out war? Well, it's simple. Not only will our fight be Falls Count Anywhere, one fall to a finish, but I think we can all agree there's only room for one of our groups here in EPW, so here's the caveat. The winning team will receive championship opportunities, tag titles, women's title, and the world championship. But the losing team will pack up their bags and leave this company. But just when you think everything is over, there's more. Devin Todd and Oscar Harrison have finally found each other and they are scrapping. But once again, Oscar gets the upper hand. But before he can add salt to the wounds, Derek Alpha appeared and got his hands on Oscar, humbling the Venice Beach legend and sending him packing. But then, Leonio Cisco jumped Derek as Giuseppe Alfred dragged the bloodied body of Bruno Burgos. You see? This is what is going to keep happening. Now, we could keep playing these games, or management can listen to our demands. Next episode, Leonio will decimate Bruno Burgos, and in doing so, will become the #1 contender for the EPW World Heavyweight Championship.